Oh no! It's time for a status quo. Status quo. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Rick review. Yeah, we just had one at the time of recording yesterday. But we are here, finally, with the VGW GTS Takeover II review. Now, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I just got finished eating dinner. Had a very carbonated meal. But you know what? It's about time. We reviewed the oh no, status quo. Now a little backstory, hold up. Now, actually, I was the one who made up the GTS Takeover II and its card. You see, let me give you some backstory. There was a contest about, I don't know, excuse me, about a month ago? Let's go back in time a little bit here. Custom theme announcement, yada yada yada, no, that's not it. Rumor mill. Mind you, this was before, I want to say this was before one of the events. Random Runs Rampant. I want to say it was before Random Runs Rampant. That was quite a month ago. You know, we're going to assume it was a month ago. There we go, folks. 1 month ago. Hold up. Yeah, no! It was actually 2 months ago at this point. So about a month in advance, he has this idea. And I won the con. I had to name every member, every person on the VGW 2K16 trailer. And I got it right. Whoop-de-doo! And I got to make the card and name the pay-per-view. And hence, GTS Takeover II actually has some backstory. You see, VGW, the first GTS video he made was GTS Takeover II, Takeover, which was kind of the thing that he says saved his channel. And I'm honestly very happy that I got to book this because I was thinking about a long while. I was thinking about, what should I name this pay-per-view? Excuse me. And then I decided, hey, let's give us a backstory. GTS Takeover II. And the tagline that you see, where it all began and where it all ends. That's, you know, that's poking towards status quo, starting GTS stuff to save his channel and such. So I made the arena. I actually hosted all the number contenders match on my channel. There's a playlist on it. It's called GTS Takeover II Build Up. Recommend you go watch it. But we're going to start the night off with our pre-show event. GTS Takeover II. Nicole Cadwell, the women's champion, defends against Ashley. After all of her actions, she was forced to defend, and she did, and she retained. In dominant fashion. Next, we have the Lone Wolves versus the McCabe's, and the McCabe's won. I'm telling you, folks, I really didn't want the McCabe. That's the third team now they've ruined the momentum of. Honestly, the McCabe's coming into 2K18. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not. I'm really not looking forward to it. The Lone Wolves honestly should have won this match, in my honest opinion. The McCabe's have fallen from relevancy, so this feud should have really been used to send them off and basically give the Lone Wolves some momentum. That's just my thought. Next, we have Ace Marksman versus Doo-Hop, and again, the result was not what I wanted. Ace Marksman lost the US title to Doo-Hop, which hence this match right here, and I'm really getting tired of Doo-Hop. So please, if the next time Doo-Hop loses it, can we just forget about the rematch clause, please? He's held it so many times already. But then at the end of the match, Cletus would come out offer a handshake, but then drop him on the rock bottom. So hopefully, I'm really hoping Cletus wins at GTS at the Super Bowl Memorial Show. Next, we have John Cook versus Kamikaze, and this matchup was amazing. Every minute of it was phenomenal. Favorite part of it? Kamikaze did a huge splash off the top of a ladder onto John Cook. And guess what? Your boy Kamikaze beat the monster John Cook for the Extreme Championship. Oh my god. I was so happy. Finally, Kamikaze got the title. Got a title. Huh, the odd thing is, I didn't see Kamikaze on the roster reveal. I don't recall. I've only watched it once, the GTS one, so I might have to go back and watch it again. But I don't remember seeing Kamikaze on there. I might be wrong. I'm not too sure. Next, we have Jimmy Controversy versus Drax Mason for the Intercontinental Championship. This one has been a hyped up one. Drax betrayed Jimmy at the build-up shows. Ow, my nose. And let's face the facts. Drax Mason's been on a roll lately. So, come to the surprise that Drax Mason, in this Extreme Rules match, I believe it was Extreme Rules, he wins the Intercontinental title. And, you know, Jimmy was leaving the arena. The crowd are giving him the accolades he deserves. He's one of the best. He's probably the best Intercontinental Champion VGW had. Next, for the GTS Tag Team Championship, it's the Unholy Alliance taking on Boom and Sheamus. And this matchup was a slugfest, and I think it might have been the send-off for Boom and Sheamus because they lost to the Unholy Alliance. And then afterwards, Bishop beat them both up. Like the dastardly heel that he is. He's a bastard of a heel. So yeah, that was what happened in that night. Up next, we had Dalton Hawkins and Mason Voorhees versus Team Blazegrass. Winners would be the ones to challenge for the for the VGW Tag Team titles come the Super Puppet Memorial Show. And it was a hard-fought battle, folks. A hard-fought war between these two teams, but in the end, it was one running, super, jumbo Jamaican judo kick of doom that would put Dalton Hawkins down for the 3. And that means it will be the Unholy Alliance versus Team Blazegrass for the VGW Tag Team Championships at GTS Super Pop Memorial Show. And after the match, let's just face the facts. Mason was pissed. He was so angry. And Dalton ran for his life. Up next, it would be Catherine. Yes, Catherine Oxley versus Lodestar Luminous for the GTS Women's Championship. As you could recall, Catherine Oxley won a Double Contenders match at the VGW build-up shows against Ashley. And she got the right to face Lodestar Luminous. And this matchup was amazing. It basically defines what the women's division should be about. But what made it even more intense was that the winner's opponent, Nicole Cadwell, was sat at ringside, observing the matchup. The WWE Women's Champion Nicole Cadwell sat at ringside. And then, after this intense match, it would be one good night knee, or whatever I call it, GTS from Lodestar, to put away Catherine. I think it was just a knee. Let me go back and recheck that. Let me check what it was. It was the GTS into the penalty kick, kicking Nicole Cadwell's head off in the process, and retaining the GTS Women's Championship for the hero of the women's division, Lodestar Luminous. I'm kidding. That's a joke, people. Elite. No. Anyway, folks. Also, I liked Lodestar's attire. Nice going, Status Quo. I like the attire. I don't know. What inspired that attire, Status? I'm very curious on that. What inspired Lodestar's attire for this event? Come out with a cowboy hat and a Cody Rhodes jacket. I like that. But after the match, Nicole Cadwell would rush the ring. And I thought she was going to take Lodestar out, but no. She and Lodestar had a stare down. A big photo op heading into GTS Super Pop Memorial Show. And then we move on to one of our top 4 main events. It would be Monsters Asylum versus the Dangerous Alliance. And let me tell you, this matchup, second best match of the night. It was topped by one match. I'll get to that later. And this matchup was intense. It had me on the edge of my seat. I was wondering who's going to win, who's going to walk out of GTS Takeover II the winner. Well, also 2K17 strikes again. I saw that status. It would appear as though Monsters Asylum's entrance was the victim of the stable glitch. You don't know about the stable glitch. If you have a stable of 5 people, for 4 or 5 people, their entrances mess up. Basically, like their entrance messes up. And like, weird thing that'll happen is like, one of them, no matter who it is, they'll be absent from the entrance for no good reason. It's usually like the leader, I think. And let me tell you, that's something I'm looking forward to getting fixed, because it's really getting on my nerves, folks. I'm going to tell you. I'm sure it's going to be fixed, considering the whole 4-man entrance is going to be a thing now. So good on that. But it would be Matt, Skullcrusher, and Lost versus Sprinkles, Slender, and Vendetta. If you're wondering where Giant Leather is, he's going to be in the main event, because of course. First one eliminated in this match. This was an elimination tag. Remember, elimination rules. So the first one eliminated after about... the first elimination was like, I think 18 minutes in? No. It was like 20 minutes in. And let me tell you what happened. I think Sprinkles got dropped for something. Hold on, let me take a look. Sprinkles. Let me take a look what happened to Sprinkles. Very unprepared, I'm very sorry. Oh crap, holy, I think Sprinkles got counted out. Yeah, Sprinkles got counted out. Oh no, he didn't get counted out. Oh, I guess Skull... No, he didn't. Damn it, people, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Very unprepared. I'm just waiting for the event. Okay, it would be Matthew's signature move, the knee to the gut, and the senton bomb that would put Sprinkles away. Yes, it would be. But then, just when I thought that they were going to pitch a shutout, they didn't. Slender got Matthew in the Boston Crab, and Matthew tapped out to the Boston Crab. Into the Boston Crab powerbomb pin. Then what would happen? For some reason, Matthew would still be interfere in the match. I don't know why. He was eliminated. Probably a 2K18 glitch, I don't know. 2K17, god darn it. What would happen next is that... Oh, shit. Yeah, Vendetta would get pinned by Lost Brother's jackhammer. Lost Brother would hit a jackhammer on Vendetta, and Vendetta would get pinned. And Slender who would be the one to pitch, who would pitch all the match. Like, he'd be pitching all the eliminations for Team Monsters Asylum. First he got rid of Matthew, then I believe it was, yes, Skull Crusher to a single leg Boston Crab. And then it would be down to the Lost Brother and Slender Dick. And this And this encounter, why was Slender bleeding? I don't know that. I don't know why that is. But a slam from the Lost Brother into the elevated choke. It would be into the elevated choke. It would get the win after a 30-minute war for the Dangerous Alliance. So that's a good match. That's a good win for the Alliance there, the dangerous one. Speaking of alliances, the Order can't beat the Unholy Alliance. Mr. Jones was apparently in the comments saying, "Oh, we could beat all." Dude, Mr. Jones, let me tell you something. Your ass would get kicked by every single stable, from LWF to RCCW to everywhere. The stable is a pathetic piece of garbage. A pathetic excuse for a group. It's garbage. You got an unoriginal, blonde-ass looking nobody. You got a guy who shouldn't even be in a corporate group. You got, I don't know, some boss man wannabe. And you got, I don't even care who else. You got an overrated YouTuber who is a dump. You got a dead meme, and you got a fucking retard. In, like, fucking David the D, who's not even original. He's a ripoff of Daniel the D. Only difference is Daniel's like The Miz, and he's like Tyler Breeze. That's the moveset-wise, I mean. They even have the same entrance and theme. It's dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. But, off that topic, we go on to our other main event. It would be the GTS Championship on the line. J-Jin Tanaka versus Pete Corvus. J-Jin, if you can recall, at Random Runs Rampant, actually would pull off a huge win when he was the one randomly selected to be in Galindo and Pete Corvus' match. Number one contender would be crowned as Pete Corvus would destroy Galindo. Absolutely destroy Galindo. But then J-Jin would answer the challenge of Pete Corvus, and I gotta say, J-Jin's attire for this event was badass. I loved it. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But it was a slugfest, a good match. But in the end, the champ J-Jin Tanaka would go on to retain, and he would be facing the winner of our next encounter. The match I think was the match of the night. Giant Leather would defend the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship against the Monster Hunter, Charles Dante Dillinger, the Monster Hunter from Vancouver. All throughout his career so far, CDD, before 2K18, was able to wipe out 9 of the 10 monsters on his list. That is incredible. Incredible. And they were saving this match for a huge event. Well, I thought, why not have it happen at GTS Takeover II? Because this is basically our last, it's a tribute to our encounter. It's going to be the last GTS pay-per-view of VGW's history, basically. And so this matchup, after everything, was hyped up. It was so hyped up, ladies and gentlemen. It was amazing. Let me tell you something. The matchup did not disappoint. First of all, CDD's attire. I was told in advance by Status Quo. Let me explain the attire to you guys. If you guys saw it, Matthew was saying, "Oh, I don't like it because it makes CDD look like he's becoming a monster." Well, no, actually, because let me explain something. Hunters. What do hunters like to keep from their kill? Trophies. CDD had trophies from each of his kills, quote unquote. And I'll go ahead and read that to you. He had the clown horns. He had Sprinkles' face paint. He had Draken's mask. He had the arm of Jeff McTesticle's shirt and his glove. He had Giant Auric's glove. He had Slender Dick's suit. He had Mason Voorhees' mask. And he had Skull Crusher's foot tape. Those are all the trophies he's accomplished throughout his hunting. And one final trophy was needed. The Leatherface mask, which, I don't know if you've already recorded its status, but it would be kind of badass if CD came out with a Leatherface mask. If it's not too late to do that, of course. Just an idea. He could debut that attire one more time and come out with like a piece of giant leather on him as well. Just an idea. This matchup took place inside a Hell in a Cell, and it was amazing. Both men bled. Both men battled through hell. They went to the top of the cell. They both fell off. The crowd was chanting, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!" But let me tell you something, folks. After this entire war, after this huge war, after all the hard work that has been put through by a certain somebody who has slain every beast that's come his way since his debut, I am proud to announce that after a diving kill code off the top, kill code, the diving code breaker, we heard this. Charles Dante Dillinger had won the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship. And let me tell you something. He is the first Community Creations World Champion in VGW and the first Community Creation, the first person, I believe, to actually beat Giant Leather on his A game. Because if you think about it, all that losing streak he was on, he was not focused on his opponents. He was focused on getting back his title. Giant Leather here, completely focused. CDD's been the first person to beat Giant Leather one-on-one when he's totally focused and in his own domain, which was the Hell in a Cell. CDD did it. And everybody in the comments below popped for the miracle. It was a miracle, folks. And out of character, the way the ending played out was brilliant. And I'm saying that I'm saying that just because he's my character. I'm saying it because it actually was. The crowd was chanting yes, 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 yes. Not sure if you can hear them. Not sure if you can hear them, but they're chanting yes. And then you deserve it. The "you deserve it" chants. CDD got the "you deserve it" chants. Oh my god. The moment I heard those chants, I was like, oh my god, he does take my character seriously. Because he had said in the Q&A, he said he thought CDD was going to be a world champion. And I thought, why not book this match? Finally. And the fact that he actually put it, I didn't even ask. I didn't ask, like, hey, if CDD wins, can you make maybe you... No, I didn't. I just booked the match. That's all I did. And gave him the results to the 3 I chose. Because, you know, I got to pick 3 results. I'll keep those a secret for you. But the fact that he actually, you know, put in the "you deserve it" and the yes, yes, or the "you deserve it" chants, that made me feel really good. Because originally, when I made CDD, I didn't think he was going anywhere. But he was. And it's cool that actually Status Quo likes CDD and actually is okay with him being the world champion. You know, that's really cool. That I made a character that's so likable. I made a character that's so hateable, like Magister Domine, and I made a likable character like CDD. And you know, I want to thank Status Quo for making that like a huge moment for CDD's career. And even Status Quo even said, this CDD. He said this is only the beginning. And you know what? It is the only beginning. Because as long as CDD is confirmed, along with all my other creations for VGW in the following games, expect them to show up and bring their A game every time. So again, thank you, Status Quo, for all that. That was amazing. I'm so excited for this October. But anyway, this concludes my review of GTS Takeover II. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for being so patient, especially you, Status Quo. I will see you all later. Thank you.